You've seen it, right? A motivational speaker walks into a room and bam, instant transformation. You see the testimonials, you feel that energy, but the actual methods feel like some kind of locked away secret. Well, what if I told you that they aren't secrets at all? They're fundamental brain hacks backed by actual neuroscience that anybody can use. Self help gurus are brilliant at packaging this science into expensive seminars and complicated systems. But today, I'm giving you the raw source code. They're masters at explaining the what, but they make their money selling you the how. I'm here to give you the why. Because when you understand why it works, you don't need the guru anymore. You become your own. We're about to bypass all the fluff and directly access the science that you can use to reprogram your own reality. Here are 5 of the most powerful brain hacks the entire self help industry is built on. Let's be real. How many self help books are sitting on your shelf collecting dust? How many seminars did you walk away from, feeling electric for a week, only to find yourself right back in the same old routine, just as stuck as before? If that sounds familiar, listen to me. That is not a personal failure. It's not because you lack willpower or you didn't want it badly enough. It's because the self help industry, for all its good intentions, has a built in business problem. It profits from making things complicated. It thrives by making personal change look like a mystical art form that only a charismatic guide can teach you. Gurus take simple, core principles of psychology and neuroscience and wrap them into their own trademark language and emotional stories. They sell you the idea that their method is the magic key. Tony Robbins has a priming ritual. Bob Proctor built an empire on the concept of paradigms. Andy Frisella challenges you to build mental toughness with 75 hard. These are all very powerful tools, but the engines running them aren't exclusive. They are universal functions of your brain. The real secret they don't spend a lot of time on is that your brain already has the hardware that you need to change your life. The problem is, it came with a default operating system, one that's designed to keep you surviving, not thriving. It's programmed to seek comfort, avoid risk, and react to threats. The gurus are just expert users who know how to get into the system's back end. They know how to trigger dopamine, leverage your biases, and rewrite old programming. They're just teaching you to run new software on your existing hardware. But you don't need to pay thousands for their branded software. You just need the user manual for your own brain. And that's what we're opening up today. The first and most foundational hack is one that gurus have used for decades. Your brain cannot tell the difference between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. This isn't just positive thinking. It's a verifiable neurological fact. When you close your eyes and vividly imagine yourself nailing a presentation or closing a huge deal, your brain fires up many of the same neural circuits as if you were actually doing it. The science here is incredible. Brain scans show that when you visualize an action, the motor cortex, the part of your brain that controls physical movement, lights up. You are literally performing a neural rehearsal. Your brain is running a simulation, and every time you run it, those neural pathways get stronger, faster, and more efficient. Think of it like carving a path in a dense forest. The first time is a struggle, but the more you walk it, the clearer and easier that path becomes. This is the exact principle behind Tony Robbins' priming routine. A huge part of it is visualization. He gets people to see their goals as already done, to feel the emotions of success in their bodies. Why? Because this does 2 critical things. First, it crushes fear. Your brain's fear center, the amygdala, gets used to the scary scenario as you repeatedly succeed in your mind. You're building a memory of competence before you even start. Second, it fuels your motivation. By linking the goal to intense positive emotions, you get a hit of dopamine, the neurotransmitter of drive. Your brain starts to crave the real world achievement because it's already tasted the emotional reward. Bob Proctor taught this as the paradigm shift. He said your paradigm is a set of habits and beliefs in your subconscious that's running your life. To change your results, you have to change the internal program, and visualization is how you do it. By repeatedly stamping a new image of yourself, a wealthy you, a confident you, onto your subconscious, you start to overwrite the old limiting program. You're giving your brain a new blueprint. So how do you use this without paying the seminar fee? Engage in systematic multisensory visualization. Don't just think about your goal. Lie down, close your eyes, and build the scene. If you want financial freedom, don't just see a number in your bank account. What does the air in your new house smell like? What does the steering wheel of that new car feel like in your hand? Who are you with? And what does the joy in their voice sound like? Most importantly, feel the emotions, the relief, the pride, the joy. Anchor those feelings in your chest. Do this for just 5 minutes a day. You're not daydreaming. You are literally building the neural architecture of your future reality. You're rehearsing success until it becomes your brain's default. The next secret is a hard truth. Your brain is wired to seek comfort, but all growth happens in discomfort. Psychologists call this the comfort zone, that place where we feel safe because we're not trying anything new. Staying here feels good, but it's a trap. Real growth, learning, and change demand that you step into the growth zone, a place that feels awkward, uncertain, and even stressful. From a neuroscience standpoint, your brain is an efficiency junkie. It loves familiar patterns because they save energy. When you do something new or difficult, your brain has to work harder, forging new connections and strengthening old ones. That process is called neuroplasticity. That feeling of discomfort, that is the feeling of your brain literally rewiring itself. It's the mental equivalent of muscle soreness after a great workout. It's not a sign to stop, it's a sign that it's working. This is the entire premise behind Andy Frisella's brutal 75 hard program. It forces you to follow a strict set of rules for 75 days straight with zero compromise. The tasks themselves, the workouts, the reading, the diet, are less important than the one core rule. If you mess up even once, you go back to day one. Frisella says it himself. It's not a fitness challenge. It's a mental toughness program. It is designed to systematically rip you out of your comfort zone every single day. It's a 75-day boot camp that trains you to tolerate discomfort and prove to yourself that your excuses are bullshit. By choosing to endure this hardship, you are rewiring your brain to see discipline as a part of your identity. Tony Robbins does the same thing with his high energy events: the loud music, the intense physical movement, the confrontational questions. It's all designed to shatter your comfortable emotional patterns and jolt you into a peak state where change is possible. The raw hack here is to strategically and consistently choose to be uncomfortable. You don't have to do 75 hard, but you must challenge your brain's addiction to being comfortable. Pick one small thing that pushes your boundary and do it every single day. If you're shy, make small talk with one stranger. If you're out of shape, do a 10-minute workout that leaves you gasping for air. Consistency is everything. The goal isn't a huge immediate result. The goal is to train your brain to tolerate the friction of growth. When that little voice in your head says, "This is uncomfortable, let's quit," you'll learn to hear it not as a warning, but as a progress report. You are teaching your brain that the feeling of being stretched is the feeling of getting stronger. All right, we're halfway through. And you can probably already feel how these so-called secrets are really just powerful, accessible truths about your own mind. If you're getting value out of this and you really want to keep learning how to take back control and become your own agent of change, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. It costs you nothing and ensures that you keep getting the tools that you need. So let's get back into it. Have you ever had a fantastic day, but the one thing you're replaying in your head that night is the one tiny negative comment somebody made? That's not you being dramatic. That's your brain's negativity bias in action. This is a survival mechanism from our evolutionary past. It means that our brains are hardwired to pay more attention to, remember more clearly, and be more affected by bad experiences than good ones. Think about it. For our ancestors, ignoring 1,000 pretty flowers was no big deal. Ignoring one saber-toothed tiger was a fatal error. Your brain isn't designed to make you happy. It's designed to keep you alive. And that means it prioritizes scanning for threats above everything else. Neuroscientists see this in the lab. Negative information lights up the brain way more than positive information does. This is why we obsess over insults, replay our mistakes, and remember our failures with perfect clarity, while praise and success can feel like they disappear in an instant. The best way to say it is this: your brain is Velcro for negative experiences and Teflon for positive ones. This bias can keep you trapped in a cycle of fear and self-doubt, always looking for what's wrong instead of what's right. Self-help gurus get this. A huge part of their job is to help you consciously fight this default programming. When Tony Robbins has you do a gratitude exercise as part of his priming routine, he's forcing an override of the negativity bias. He's making you train your attention to scan for positives, strengthening those neural pathways and weakening the ones that are always looking for threat. This is also why so many teachers emphasize affirmations and celebrating small wins. It's not about fooling yourself. It's about giving your brain cold, hard, positive data to balance out the negative default. Every time you acknowledge a win, no matter how small, you're logging evidence that things are going right. The hack is to build a system of intentional positivity. Negativity is automatic, positivity is manual. First, start a daily gratitude practice. But don't just make a list. Pick 3 specific things that you're grateful for and relive them for 1 minute each. Feel the emotion of that gratitude in your body. That's what makes the memory stick. Second, create a win log. At the end of every day, write down 3 things that you did well. Did you get up without hitting snooze? Did you finish one task you'd been putting off? Write it down. This forces your brain to search for evidence of your own competence. It's a systematic way to shut down that inner critic that says that you're not enough. You are actively reprogramming your focus from and scarcity to opportunity and growth. This next hack is one of the most powerful, and it's the scientific proof for the saying mindset is everything. Your beliefs and expectations don't just color your thoughts, they create real, measurable biological changes in your body. This is the science of the placebo effect. A sugar pill has no medicine in it, yet it can create real healing simply because a person believes it will. This isn't just in your head. When you believe something will work, your brain can release its own natural pharmacy of chemicals. For pain, a placebo can trigger the release of your body's own version of morphine. Studies on Parkinson's patients show that just the expectation of getting better can trigger a release of dopamine, the exact chemical that's missing. One landmark study even found that hotel maids who were told that their daily work was excellent exercised, lost weight, and lowered their blood pressure, even though they didn't change their behavior at all. Their belief about their activity changed their biology. This is the belief effect, and it proves that your brain actively builds your physical reality based on your expectations. Motivational gurus are masters at using this. When they tell you to act as if, they are installing a powerful belief that triggers this placebo like response in you. Bob Proctor's entire life's work on paradigms was about this. He taught that to change your life, you have to impress a new, empowering belief on your subconscious mind through repetition. This is a direct application of the belief effect. By telling yourself again and again, I am wealthy or I am confident, you create an expectation in your brain, which then starts to change how you see the world and how you act. The raw hack here is to become the conscious architect of your beliefs. You have to treat your mind like a garden and actively decide what you're planting. Start by identifying one limiting belief that's holding you back. For example, I'm terrible at public speaking. Now, create a new empowering belief to replace it. It has to be believable. Instead of I am the world's greatest speaker, try I am becoming a more confident and effective speaker every day. Now, install that belief. Write it down every day. Say it out loud with conviction. And most importantly, hunt for evidence to support it. Did you speak up in a meeting for 10 seconds? That's evidence. Did you practice your talk for 5 minutes? Evidence. You're giving your rational mind the proof it needs to accept the new belief, while the repetition programs your subconscious. You are creating your own positive placebo, using nothing but belief to change your brain and your body from the inside out. This is the final hack that ties it all together. This is the cutting edge science that explains why all of the other hacks work. The old model of the brain was that it was a passive sponge, just reacting to the world. The new scenario reveals something far more powerful. Your brain is a prediction machine. It is constantly actively making predictions about what's going to happen next based on your past experiences and your beliefs. This theory is called predictive processing. In simple terms, what you see, hear, and feel isn't raw reality. It's your brain's best guess of what's out there. Most of your moment to moment experience is a controlled hallucination, generated by your mind, not by the outside world. Your brain sends its predictions down, and only the prediction errors, the moments where reality doesn't match the prediction, get sent back up to update the system. It's incredibly efficient. Instead of processing everything all the time, your brain just pays attention to the surprises. This is the master key to personal change. Your reality is shaped by your predictions. If your internal model, your paradigm, predicts failure and rejection, your brain will literally filter your perception to find evidence that confirms it. You won't even see the opportunities that contradict your internal map. The ultimate secret of the gurus is that they are experts at helping you change your brain's predictions. When you do visualization, which was hack number 1, you're feeding your brain a new prediction of success. When you step into discomfort, hack number 2, You're creating prediction errors that force your brain to update its models of what you can handle. When you practice gratitude, hack number 3, you're training your brain to predict positive outcomes. And when you install new beliefs, hack number 4, you are fundamentally rewriting the source code of the prediction machine itself. The ultimate hack is to realize that you are the programmer of your prediction machine. Life is not happening to you, it is being generated by you through the predictions your brain is constantly making. The most practical way to use this is to start questioning your predictions. When you feel anxious about something, stop and ask yourself, what negative outcome is my brain predicting right now? And what old data is it basing that on? Then, consciously create an alternate prediction. Don't just hope for a good outcome. Build a detailed simulation of it in your mind, like we talked about in the first hack. Every time you do this, you provide your brain with a competing model. With enough repetition, the new empowering prediction wins. You will start to expect success. Your brain will start to filter reality to find success. This isn't magic. This is taking manual control of the process that runs your life. So there you have it. The curtain is pulled back. The secrets of the self help world are not secrets. They are robust, powerful, scientifically proven principles of how your brain actually works. The power of visualization to build new neural highways, the necessity of discomfort to spark growth, the deliberate war against our brain's negative default, the biological fact that our beliefs shape our body, and the master key that locks it all together, the brain as a prediction machine that you can learn to program. The gurus aren't wizards. They are brilliant translators who package these brain hacks into systems that are easy to follow and, yes, easy to sell. But you don't need the branded box anymore. You have the source code. You now understand the why behind the what. You know that when you feel that burn of discomfort, that's the feeling of growth. You know that when you vividly imagine your future, you are literally building it in the present. The power was never in their seminars or on their stage. It has always been and will always be inside of your own head. Now you have the user manual. Go and start building.